Āḍhāra Śrīvāsadikam Bhaktivinoda.
கனைத்திலம் கட்டெருமை கன்றுக்கிறங்கி நினைத்து முளை வழிய நின்று பால் சோர நனைத்தில்லம் செராக்கும் நற்செல்வன் தங்காய் பனித்தலை வீழின் வாசற் கடைபற்றி சினத்தினார் தென்னினுங்கை கோமானைச் செற்ற மனத்துக் கினியானை பாடவோனி வாய் திறவாய் இனிதான் எழுந்திராய் ஈதென்ன பேருறக்கம் அனைத்தில்லத்தாரும் அறிந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். குஷ்யதே யச நகரே ரங்கயாத்ரா தினே தினே தமகம் சிரசா வந்தே ராஜானாம் குலசேகரம் கும்பே புனர்வசு ஜாத்தம் கேரளே சோழபட்டனே கௌஸ்துபானாம் தராதீஷாம் குலசேகரம் ஆஸ்ரயே. So we have covered 3 parts so far, and the first part was where the Āḻvār is chanting, wanting to chant Krishna's name constantly all the time. And the second part where he glorifies the Lord for his victory and protection. And the third part where he is praying that let me not forget his lotus feet. That is Sloka number 3 to 8. Actually, we completed 4 parts. And then in the 9th and 10th Sloka of Mukunda Mālā, where he describes the beautiful transcendental form of the Lord. Karacharana saroje kantiman netramine Shama Mushi Bhuja Vichi Vyakule Agadha Marye Ari Sarasi Vihaya Apya Tejo Jalogam Bhava Maru Parikinna Kedya Madhye Tvajami Sarasija Nayane Sasanka Chakre Murabidiva Veera Masya Chittaranthum Sukataram Aparam Najatu Jhane Hari Charana Samaranam Amritena Tulyam. In these 2 slokas that we have seen so far, Āḻvār is explaining the transcendental beautiful form of the Lord, by which we jump into this beautiful form of the Lord and we'll be free of all the problems in our life. All we have to do is not think too much, rather take pleasure in appreciating the beauties and quality of Krishna, the lotus-eyed one, who is carrying the conch and the weapon disc. By knowing this, we should be happy in our life rather than feeling miserable in our life. Now, with that said, now the mind is this is a conversation between the mind and Kulasekhara, right? If you remember the sequence, initially it was Kulasekhara who was feeling himself depressed, he was feeling sad and so forth. Now he got up and then now he is telling his mind, giving his mind advices. Now mind is thinking, well, I can meditate about Krishna's beauty. You were saying in past 2 slokas, you said that upon meditating on his beautiful form, then you'll be safe. But the problem is, safe is fine. Thinking about his beautiful form is fine. But the question is, just because he is beautiful, does it mean that all the problems of my life will be solved? Because it's not necessary. Just because one is beautiful, they'll be able to solve the problems. That's not going to go hand in hand. The rose is very beautiful, but the rose cannot protect us. You can have the rose and admire the rose and smell the rose, but the rose is not going to protect us. Whereas you have a sword or a gun, whatever you can think of, it can protect us, but you cannot put it on your head like a flower. It's not charming or beautiful, or you cannot embrace or smell it, nothing. The weapon can protect us, but it cannot be charming. Whereas the flowers is beautiful, but it's not going to protect us. Therefore, mind is asking to Kulasekhara, you speak so much about his beauty, that's all fine, but do you know about me? Do you know about me? What tell me about yourself. Well, I am in a condition where no one can help me. Because I am Mahapapi. I've done so much of sin in my life, knowingly and unknowingly, and many lifetimes, not just this lifetime. There's so many karmas, and I'm really afraid what's going to happen to me after I die, after I leave this body. I'm really not sure what's going to happen to me. I'm not sure if I can be saved because of all the sins that I've committed in the past. And I'm not sure if Krishna is going to be so merciful to forgive me and he'll be able to protect me from all the sins that I've committed. So mind is having this confusion what to do, because it knows very well what it's done all this life throughout many anadikala janma. It knows what it has done. Therefore, the question is, I'm not sure if Krishna is going to even consider to protect me, or will he be able to protect me. And that is the theme for sloka number 11, 12, and 13. Āḻvār is telling to the mind, listen, it's only Krishna who can protect us. No one else can protect us. No one can be the savior. In that sequence, we are going to see the first sloka for today. Mabir manda mano vichintya bahuda yamis chiram yatana namina prabhavanti papa ripavaha swami nanu Śrīdharaha Ālasyam vyapaniya bhakti sulabham dhyayasya narayanam lokasya vyasana apanoda karo dasyasya kimna kshamaha. It's a beautiful sloka, very nice sloka, where here Kulasekhara is appealing to the mind, asking it to not be afraid. Do not be afraid of that you are going to be tormented and tortured by Yamaraj in Yamapatnam. Do not worry about it. I understand that you committed so many sins for many lifetimes, but have faith that you don't need to be worried about or fearful about what's going to happen to you after death. She says that when you compare to the sins and compare to your karma, when you compare karma with power of karma, with power of Krishna, which one is going to win? Which one is going to win? Therefore, you don't need to be worried about that. Oh, mind, mandamati. Mandamati means, it's a dull-minded, mandamano, mind, dull-minded, or whatever, dull-minded. Mind, please shake off. Just keep on thinking about what's going to happen, what's going to happen, and what's going to happen. Just do not waste much time of what's going to happen, because what's going to happen is going to be good for you. Why? Because dasasya kimno kshamaha means Krishna is taking care of everyone, whether you believe in him or you don't believe him, whether you are devotee, whether you are not devotee. Krishna is taking care of everyone. Then Kim, this is where the sloka ends beautifully. Kim dasasya kimno kshamaha, but we are all devotees. If we can take care of everyone, we are devotees. We may not be the best of all the devotees, but we understand we have to be a devotee. Just imagine how merciful Krishna will be. Krishna is going to concentrate more on those who are struggling devotees than who are established devotees. Yes or no? It's very true. Between when the parents are having children, two children, one children is for some reason weak, another children is outstanding, great. Where the focus of parents will be the outstanding students. In some schools are there, and especially in India, like this, even here, they're called charter schools or magnet school or so many schools. They will only select students who are very good and they give admission. Then why we need that school? We need school where you don't do well in education. You're average, you're poor candidate, poor student. If that school can make this student a best student, then that school is the best school. If you only pick everyone A and A plus, and then I will make them the best, what is the great deal about it? There's nothing to be thinking about great about those schools. But Krishna schools, a special school, is you only give admission to those people like us. Because we are always struggling. We are always thinking what to do. I want to be a devotee. At least today I want to be a devotee, but look what's happening to me. So therefore, Āḻvār is saying, Mabhir mean fear. Mabhir, ma suchaha. It's the same thing. Ma suchaha, Mabhir is the same meaning. Mabhir mandamono vichintya bahuda yamis chiram yatana namina prabhavanti papa ripavaha swami nanu Śrīdharaha Ālasyam vyasaneya bhakti sulabham dhyayasya narayanam lokasya vyasana apanodhana karo dasyasya kimna kshamaha. Dasyasya kimna kshamaha. The people generally, what they try to do, there are people who only concentrate on their family members. They work for their family member, they live for their family member, they die for their family member. But there are other categories of people, they only live for the other members of outside the family members. They live, they serve, they die for the other family members, others, society. That's the third category of people. They live for their family member, also they live for other family members. So which one is better? We have to think. It's individual choice. How some people only focus internally, some people focus only externally, some people take care of both of the things, both of the family members. Right? So it is a rakshita jivo lokasya swajanasya rakshitaha. Rakshita jivo lokasya swajanaha rakshitaha. I mean that one takes care of their own family. They also takes care of the other family also. Rama falls into that category. He takes care of his family. He also takes care of others' family also. Krishna's opposite. Krishna's opposite. You have to figure out which family he belongs to. He doesn't even care about anything. He just takes care of his family members. That's how Krishna is. And we are all Krishna's family. We have to have that faith. We are Krishna's family and Krishna will take care of us. But anyway, let's take it as, some in a different thing. Do not starting, oh, he's great. That's not the idea here. So why I'm saying is Rama actually came down into this world because the devatas went and said this Ravana and Kumbhakarna are tortures and they're doing something. And then he said, okay, I'll come. And then on the way he came, he helped Sugriva, right? He helped the devatas, he helped the Sugrivas. On all this way, he also got his family member back, Sita back. So he is very careful. As if he's helping others, he's actually helping himself. So he is like the Rakshita Jiva Lokasya Swajana. Swajana means his own family also. He will do Rakshakam. He will also take care of the Jiva Lokasya, other family members also. And Krishna, gopis will be waiting and waiting and waiting. And he'll have other businesses. He will tell, I'll come over there. I will be on time by 6 o'clock this evening. You and I will have nice time. But then he'll go somewhere else. Over there, he'll think about the other person. So his thought is so distracted. Krishna is the most distracted personality but he gives advice to us, don't get distracted. Right? But Krishna is completely distracted when he's come to his devotees. He gets lost. I should spend time here or I should spend time here. And when he's spending time with us, he'll be thinking about some other devotee. That's Krishna. And that's the beauty of Krishna Lila. And that's the beauty of Rama Lila. So it all has its own speciality. Ma bhihi. Ma bhihi means do not fear. Let's go by word. Ma bhihi. Abhihi. Ma bhihi. Ma bhihi means do not fear. Manda mano. Manda mano means a dull-minded, dull-headed. Doesn't think properly or do not think about the future. Think about the future for not for the betterment, but for out of fear. So mandamano, or manas, or mind, don't be fearful. Chintaya, why are you being fearful? Because you're thinking and you're worrying too much. You're constantly thinking about something about the mind. Business is the same thing. Constantly thinking what's going to happen now, what's going to happen now. Always thinking about something other. Mabhi mandamano vichintaya chintanam vichintaya, thinking and worrying bahuda in many ways. It's not one way. Mind thinks in many ways. What will happen to this one? What will happen to that one? So it's many ways. Yamihi, thinking about many ways repeatedly. What is it thinking? Yamihi chiram yatanaha. In the future, what's going to happen to me? We are all, don't worry. Most of the people do not worry about what's going to happen to me after death, because we are thinking we are going to be here forever, right? That's why we don't think about what's going to happen to me after that. I need to think about. No, we are thinking about now. Why we are thinking only about now? We don't think that we are going to die. That's a problem. We are going to eternally live like Hiranyakashipu thought. We're going to live forever in this world. That's why we don't think about what's going to happen after life. That's our limited, narrow thought. But then mind, Kulasekhara tells him, don't think about what's going to happen to you. Because you have done so much of things, you will be going to Yamapatna. Yamihi chiram yatanaha. Yatana means torments. When we go to the Yamapatna, we will get a special body. It's called Yatana Sharira. Yatana, the meaning of Yatana means which goes through torments and tortures and pains and suffering. A special body will be given to us. It's called Yatana Sharira, to suffer. That name itself, Yatana Sharira. So, Mābihi Mandamano Vichintya Bahuda Yamis Chiram Yatana Chiram Yatanaha. Do not be afraid, O dull mind. Why keep imagining many kinds of things that are going to happen in the future, how you are going to suffer in the hell? Do not be afraid. Ma suchaha, ma bihi, ma bir mandamano, vichintya bahuda, yami shiram yatana. Most of the time, people, many of us are living out of fear, thinking what is going to happen to me. I applied this one, I did this one, I'm this age now, I've not got married yet, I'm married now, I don't have child yet, I have child now. With this child, when the child is going to be born, will it be a healthy child? The healthy child is born, will the child be a nice child with no health problems and so forth? When the child grows, will my child be a good child because I'm in this country, so different country? Will they learn the culture? Will they behave nicely? Will they be truthful? Will they have love and affection to the family members and parents? Will they have good characters, or will they go in the bad direction? All these thoughts comes. So many things in between that one, health problem, that problem, job problem, savings problem, what not. Just so much we think about bhayam, bhayam, bhayam. This bhayam is nothing but, it's quite interesting. Someone writes an exam. As soon as he writes the exam, the exam result is going to be released on January 1st. So now the date is 27th. For next 28, 29, 30, 31, 4 days, our mind will be thinking about the result. Bhayam. What's going to come on January 1st? What's going to come on January? That is bhayam. Bhayam is nothing but the time frame before the event could take place. Because we are not sure if the event is going to be favorable to us or not favorable to us. So the mind keeps contemplating what's going to happen, what's the possibility, even things could happen. What in case if that not happen, maybe this will happen. So this is what the mind constantly keeps telling. The manobhava, the emotions at that point of time that the mind goes through is called bhayam. But believe me, that is not permanent. Because why? January 1st at 9 o'clock, the result has been released. You go through the papers, you see the result. After you see the result, whether it's positive or negative, after you see the result, after 9:05, bhayam continues. I'm really afraid of what's going to happen. You're not going to tell 9:05, I'm still in bhayam. What happens after 9:05? Only two things can happen: sukham or dukkham. If you passed, you got a good grade, sukham. If not, that leads the mind, emotions of the mind now from bhayam, it transitions to another phase of emotion called dukkham or sukham. So bhayam is only there as long as the things should take place. If it happens, then all the changes to dukkham or sukham. Though we talk about many of these things, the real fear every one of us have, which has not been spoken. The truth is, unspoken truth is that many of us does not talk about one thing, which we are on a very internally on the subtle level, everyone has this fear. The fear of death. Fear of death. That is why we are having insurance policy, this policy, that policy. Even if you're not fearful, who cares? No, we have everything. And another fear is, Prabhu, I'm not afraid of fear. Well, what about your family members? This person may be not fearful about his death or her death, but they may be attached to the family members and think about what will happen if my wife, my husband, my children, something happens to these people. Especially where, some of you have gone through this one. Now that the year end comes, you must have done this one already. The next year benefits, you have to enroll to the next year benefit. Yes. You have to enroll to the next year benefit in your your company. What's going to come for 2026? You're going to take this type of insurance, in this type of medical thing, or this plan or that plan. When you do this thing, that's all easy. You can do this one. But then it comes to another phase of you go to the next. Then come to another phase about ourselves. What are the things? Life insurance. That is also no problem. You do a life insurance for yourself, 100K, 200K, 300K, just dump in whatever you want. You want to give the best and maximum to your family member when you're gone for whatever the reason. If something happens, you go family member. You click a next button. When you come to next, spouse also, okay, do. And click a next button. Children, accident, unknown death, etc. Then you are thinking of putting a cost to the child, thinking, should I give 20,000 to the child, or 50,000 to the child, or 100,000 to the child, or 200,000 child? Go through the manasaḥ, mind what it goes through at the time of this thing, how your thoughts are. You're planning something for your child in case something happens to the child this year, and you're going to put a price to the tag of the child name. Imagine what the mind is going through. Oh my Krishna, I never want this money. Anyone is interested? Okay, I'm dumping so much money. I will get this money. No, you don't want that money at all in your life. You don't want, because that even should not happen. It's miserable. Therefore, it's a fear, thought of fear. Therefore, what happens is the fear of various various fear come. At the time, incomplete task of projects, incomplete commitments, fear of survivals of the dependence, fear out of attachment to the our own body, a fear of going to Yama. Therefore, always there's a fear. There's a saint, a king who was a saint. He said, "Bhohe roga bhayam, kule shuti bhayam, vitte nrupta bhayam, mane dhainya bhayam, bhale rupa bhayam, rupe jharaya bhayam, shase vadi bhayam, gune khala bhayam, kaye kritana bhayam, sarva vastu bhayan vitham, bhuvi nrna vairagyam eva abhayam." Bhuvi nrnam vairagyam eva abhayam. He says that we are always in fear. Always in fear. Bohe roga bhayam. I am able to enjoy my food today. I'm able to eat whatever I want today. What in case tomorrow I've been diagnosed with some disease where I cannot eat certain items? You cannot eat sugar, you cannot eat salt, you cannot eat this and that and that. Everything changes. What in case if I get into some disease, I won't be able to enjoy my food. Kule shruti bhayam. What will happen to my family prestige if something goes wrong, something happens to me? What will happen to me? Kule. What will happen to my wealth? Today I have money. What in case I don't have money tomorrow? Or someone else become more richer than myself. So that's always a fire. Honor is another fear. That is, I'm being honored today. What in case I get disgraced tomorrow for some reason? So there's a fear of that one. I'm strong today. I may lose my strength today. I'm beautiful today. Tomorrow I may not be beautiful. I'm so many fear after fear after fear after fear after fear. But of all this fear, kaye kritanat bhayam. One is always fearful about oneself, about losing their body. This body is so precious to me, so nice to me. However, the body may, for everyone, our body is best body. We look beautiful, we look handsome, go and spend time so much in front of the mirror. Even an old man, even at this type of, everyone spends so much, especially children, if you have, my God, we can have this experience. They go into the mirror, they put the nails, this one, the eyeliner, something, they put this cream, that cream. They spend so much time in front of the mirror. And you come in front, kid will come to in front of the deities. That should be the time where you have to be spending more time in front of the deities. But in what we are doing, instead of spending more time in front of the deities, we spend time more into ourselves on front of the mirror. So therefore, we are always thinking about sarvam vastu bhayan vitam bhuvi nunam, the human being on the earth, every time, all the time, filled with fear. What's going to happen? What? So what's the solution? Vairagyam eva abhayam. Bhayam abhayam. To be fearless, the only thing is to become detached. Vairagya Satakam. This is by a king. That story also a beautiful story, but let's continue and stay within the focus here. Anyway, so Vairagyam eva abhayam. It's only by what Krishna says in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Urdho Moolam Adashakam Ashwattam Prahur Avyam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedaveda Adas Chodom Prasasa Tatsya Sakaha Guna Pravada Vishaya Pravada Adascha Mulani Anusantatani Karmanu Bandini Manushya Loke Narupamasya Tatopalabhete Natho Nachadi Nasampratishta Ashwatamenam so Viruda Moolam Ashwatam Enam, so Viruda Moolam. This tree which is upside down, they are strongly rooted. It's strongly rooted. The Ashwatam, the banyan tree, is strongly rooted. The only way to cut off this root is Ahanga Shastrena Dridena Chitva. Ahanga Shastrena Dridena Chitva. The only way is to cut off that root of attachment. Ahanga Shastrena Dridena Chitva. Arjuna asked, remember, Arjuna has also asked a question that Krishna is very chanchalam hi mana. Krishna is very difficult to control the mind, and I always go back to the same habits. We all want to come out of the bad habits, but what happens is that we always go back to the bad habits. So what to do, Krishna? What Krishna says, asamsayo mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya abhyasam vairaghena cha grihyate. Vairagyam abhyasam. Therefore, Arjuna, you have to do practice and you have to also become detached from these things. So this is what is being told. So when this being told to the mind, why not? I should be fearful of going to Yamaloka. Mind is asking, because I know about myself and you're telling not to be fearful. Why not? Because the karma is going to do its job. Karma is so very powerful. It's just going to take me on a ride and I have to suffer in Yamapatna. And the second line says, Naminha Prabhavanti Papa Ripavaha Swami Nanu Śrīdhara. Nami, they will not, Naha to us, they will not do anything to us. See the confidence of Kulasekhara, how strongly he says, karma has no power. That's what he's trying to say in the second line. Karma has no power. Prabhavanti, no power, means it doesn't have no power. It will not impact us. There won't be any effect on us. Papa Ripavaha, because there is a greater enemy for all these karmas. There is one who is greater enemy to the all this papa karma that we have done, and papa has no power in front of the great person. Really? Who can be more greater than my karmas? Who can be more greater than my karma? Swami. Swami means Lord, Master. We are all dasas, right? Swami and dasa. Now, Swami, the Lord, Nanu. Nanu, Swami Nanu, definitely, indeed, that Swami. Well, whom are we talking about, Swami? Śrīdhara. He uses a beautiful name, Śrīdhara, the barrier of Lakṣmī. Sri is Lakṣmī, Mahalakshmi, and barrier was carrier of Sri Lakṣmī, because Mahalakshmi is situated in the chest of. I'm doing all actions and none of these things visible on the video here. Only my face is visible. That's okay. So is situated in the chest of Narayana. Therefore, Śrīdhara, who is a barrier of Sri. Naminha Prabhavanti Papa Ripava. Ripava means enemy. Ripavaha Swami Nanu Śrīdhara. For us to get rid of our karma, there are certain ways. One way is to prayachitam. Prayachitam means atonement. Prabhu, I did something. I killed these insects and okay, no worries. There are some prayachitta. You can do that prayachitta and get rid of that reactions of that karma. So there are prayachitam available for every papa karma that what we have done. We can get rid of those papa karma or make it less impact to those karma by doing prayachitta. Another way to get rid of papa karma is going through all the sufferings, reactions. We have to suffer for every karma that we have done, and then suffer for all the karmas. When all the karmas are finished by our exercising them, by going through the suffering, papa karma will be done. So that's another way of doing this one. There's another way of doing this, getting rid of the papa karma, getting rid of papa karma. What is that? Swami Nanu Śrīdhara, depending on Śrīdhara. Now you see the Nama this entire Mukunda Mālā is giving us so many different names of Krishna to be chanted. When we do pujas at home, when we do archanas at the temple, when we invite the priest at our home to do the yaga and yagya, if you hear carefully all these things, rather than focusing on the cell phone and talking to people, we have to focus to the mantras that have been chanted. You will see the mantras are filled with names of Krishna. The whole purpose, somehow or the other, these names, let it enter into this host who's having this program at their house. Somehow or the other, let it enter. That's the whole idea of chanting mantras. So prayachitta can be the way, by atonement one can get rid of the karma, or by suffering one can get rid of the karma. Or there's another way, surrendering to Śrīdhara. By surrendering to Śrīdhara, he will get rid of our karma. Once, what happens is that for many of us, what we do is there are certain obstacles in our life which is stopping us to proceed to do bhakti nicely. We wanted to do bhakti, but our purva karma vasana are stopping us to do something or the other. Because of the purva karma vasana, I am not able to perform my bhakti nicely. Therefore, we surrender to Krishna, Śrīdhara, especially Śrīdhara, so that he can remove the obstacles in our life, so that we can perform bhakti. Make sense? Now we have to pay more attention to what's been told in another part, 2-3 minutes here. We have karmas. This karmas plays a major role in our life, and that decides how we act on a daily basis. How? Because of our karma vasana, the three modes have this degree of what level they are in. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna is not based on just like that. It's based on what karma we did and what vasana we have. Accordingly, the mode of goodness will be high, mode of passion will be low, mode of ignorance will be high or low. It all depends on the karma that we did. And because of these three modes, we have been bombarded in different thoughts and ideas and decision making and so forth. All our decision making, all our knowledges, all our activities, this all depends on the three modes. The three modes depends on our purva karma vasana. Purva karma vasana depends on our action. Our actions are depends on our three modes of material nature. Three modes of material nature depends on our purva karma vasana. Purva karma vasana depends on our action. You cannot, this goes on a vicious cycle. It goes round and round and round and round and round. Therefore, we can understand what we need to do is, these karmas are bothering me so much so I cannot even perform my bhakti nicely. So Śrīdhara, now you help me to get rid of these obstacles. You call some, you call 9, if you're driving on a highway and the road is blocked, you call 9, which you cannot remove. It's not good for you to go and remove something obstacle there and the object in front of you. So immediately you call 911 and they will send these people, who are these people, they will come and then they will remove this object out of it. Now we have an obstacle to proceed further. What the obstacle? There are karmas which is stopping us to do our bhakti nicely. And what do? We surrender to Śrīdhara. Śrīdhara, my dear Lord, please remove this obstacle. Therefore, I can perform my bhakti nicely. So Śrīdhara is there who take care of our papam to be removed, so we can perform bhakti nicely. So now there's a beautiful story given by Acharya. There was a prince. There is a prince, and the prince had a good friend, and they are very close, thick and close friends. Go to school together, they eat together and play together, and they're very good friends. But what happened is this: after some period of the time, that friend, father or parents got transferred to a different city, different place, and the friend moved out of this place, and the friendship slowly faded and lost. But the prince later became a king. The king remembered his friend, lost friend, and the friend also remembers the prince. But the prince doesn't know, the friend doesn't know the prince has become the king. And the king doesn't know one thing, that the friend is by mistake has been put on a case that he robbed something, and put into the jail of the same kingdom. The minister had arrested the friend of the king for the mistake that he has not committed and put him into the jail which belongs to the king. Now the prisoner, the friend is thinking, what to do, I don't know. But he's thinking about his friend. But the king is thinking about his friend. And days has been going, but the judgment days is going to come where that prisoner is going to be punished. Because of some Deva Sankalpa, somehow or the other, there was one person who knows these boys during their young age. Someone, an uncle or a friend or someone, older person who is a friend of his father. So he knows that, oh, these two boys were together. Somehow or the other, don't put your analytical thoughts of how he came into the picture, how he entered into the jail. This is just for us to understand the message here. That's all. It's not a real story. But for us to analyze it, to understand the message here. So somehow or the other, he enters to the prison as a visitor or something, or a prison preacher, maybe that's the best thing. He enters into a prison preacher, we do this prison preaching also. He enters the prison, and then he happened to see that boy. He's no more boy now, he's a man, young man. So he sees that, hey, I know you, what are you doing here? And that person, I didn't do this mistake at all, somehow or the other, I'm here. Okay. Then he goes to the superintendent, he goes to this person. He said, hey, you know what you have done? Superintendent, do you know what you've done? The jailer, do you know what you have done? What? You arrested someone here? Yeah, because he's done this one. But you know the history of this person. He is your king's very thick and is a buddy. He's a very close friend of your king. As soon as the jailer heard this one, there's no further investigation at all. He was released. He was just simply released. The question for us is, what was that helped to release the prisoner from the prison? What triggered the jailer to release the prisoner? What? Did the king come and tell, hey, he's my friend, release him? No. Just the friendship alone helped the prisoner to be released. There are more details to the story. For this context, just understand that the friendship that this boy had with the king was the cause of getting released from the jail. Śrīdhara, Nanu Śrīdhara, Nanu Śrīdhara. Indeed, Swami Nanu Śrīdhara. Indeed, remember the Śrīdhara will release us because we are surrendered to Śrīdhara. There's no need to worry about what will happen to us. Of course, the details of the story is extended further. The person who came to help is the Guru. Guru knows both the parties. This is fallen Jivatma and that is Supreme Paramatma. And Supreme Paramatma will not come down and fallen Jivatma will never go up because he is fallen. So only way is to connect the both of them to make them understand the relationship that they have. Therefore, the Guru comes and helps us. Now, why Āڵvār here uses the name Śrīdhara? Why in this particular sloka is not telling Hari? Why is not telling Mukunda? Why is not using any of the name but Śrīdhara? What is the reason he is using Śrīdhara? Papam. Now we know that papam is unlimited. We have so much papam, whether we have enough bank balance or not. We have enough of papa karma to live for eternity in this world. We should be proud about something. Hey, what have you saved in your life? Sometimes people think this one, right? We'll come and tell, sir, you wasted your life. You've not saved anything. They think I've saved so much, this one, that one. Well, everyone saves one thing which is not visible to us, but it's been collected. It's our papa punya karma. Been collecting so much so, and we are all great in making that investment. We are putting our investment with papa karma and punya. Punya karma always less anyway. Papa karma is unlimited. We just invest so much because that, what is it called? Anyway, I'm not good in these things. The bar goes up. What is it called? Investment thing goes up. Anyway, That's why we should not go out of Krishna consciousness topic, then you get lost here. So here Krishna says, no, that will not, Krishna's papam will take us over and ruin our life. Krishna may reject us. And Krishna said, no, 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 you don't. I will not reject us. And Krishna will not reject us. Why he will not reject us is because Krishna would have rejected us seeing our papam, because we are such a sinful people. But Krishna cannot do that because he is Śrīdhara, because he is there along with Sri. Therefore, it is always recommended and best to worship Krishna when Krishna is with his consort. Worshipping Krishna alone is quite dangerous. When you worship Krishna alone, you'll start telling, hey, what have you done good? You'll ask all sort of questions, entrance question. You'll have a lot of questions. When Sri is standing next to her, when he starts asking questions, she will look at him. Stop your business. Stop your business of being so mean and doing all those things. So he will not ask any questions. He'll forgive our faults and sins and offenses that we have done. He'll waive off everything. He will accept us. Therefore, Kulasekhara is not using any other name. He's using Śrīdhara. He's not even using Krishna name here. Krishna is using Śrīdhara so that the Sri will recommend that accept this boy. It's okay. He's not going to change. I will tell you, this guy will never change. As you think one day he will change, he will become a perfect devotee and he will become pure, and that's never going to happen. I know about my son, how he is. He will never change. At least he has come now and fallen at your feet. Simply accept him. Therefore, the decision that will be made at that point of time is not Krishna's decision. It is Sri Lakṣmī, Radharani, Sita's decision, Sri's decision. She will make the decision, recommend us to Krishna. Therefore, we should understand Sri Vallabha, the starting of the sloka, Sri Vallabheti, right? Therefore, when we worship Krishna with Radharani, we are safe. When we worship Krishna alone, there are challenges. And Sri Krishna and Radha, Krishna, Narayana and Lakṣmī will never be separated. They are always together. In Vishnu Sahasranam, 617th Nama of 1000 Nama, 617th Nama is Śrīdhara. Śrīdhara, Śrīdhara, Śrīṣah, Śrīnivāsah, Śrīnidhihi. There are different names has been given. In that particular sequence, there's one name is called Śrīdhara, Śrīkharaha, Shreyaha, Śrīmān. These are all beautiful names, right? Śrīdhara means one who cannot be separated from Bhagavan, from Narayana. They both are always together. How? Parasara Bhatta, who was given the commentary on this particular Sloka, is Ratnam iva archisam, Ratnam iva archisam, Pushma iva surabhim, Induhu iva chandrikam, Amritam iva swadutam. He says that how the radiance of a jewel Ratnam cannot be separated. How the fragrance of the flower cannot be separated. How the coolness of the moonlight cannot be separated from the moon. How the sweetness of the nectar cannot be separated. These are all inherent natural things within these elements. Likewise, Sriyam Dharati iti Śrīdharaha. This is the Vyakyanam. This is a commentary given by Parasara Bhatta. He says the meaning of Śrīdhara is Sriyam Dharati iti Śrīdharaha. The one who holds Sri and who cannot be separated from Sri. Sri and Narayana can never be separated, like how the fragrance of the flower cannot be separated, the radiance of the jewel cannot be separated, the moonlight of the moon cannot be separated, the sweetness of the nectar cannot be separated. Krishna cannot be separated from Sri, Sri cannot be separated from Krishna. Cannot be connected from. Therefore, the object of our worship is Śrīdhara. When we worship to Śrīdhara, then what is the fear for us? There shouldn't be any fear at all, because Sri is there to give us shelter and to recommend us. When Sri is not there, then yes, obviously we have to be fearful. We have to be fearful. Fearful of what? Everyone is fearful of something or the other. As we saw something, not only us, not only the human beings are fearful. You will be surprised. The Taittiriya Upanishad said, Bishatmat Vata Bhavati, Bishayo Deti Surayaha. It says that Bishatmat Vata Bhavati, the wind god Vayu Devata blow out of fear of Krishna. And the sun raises out of fear of Krishna. Uddite means it raises. Bishat, Suryaha, the sun raises above on time. It doesn't say, oh, today is Sunday. We'll get up a little late. Monday morning, I'll get up on time, so I have to get ready and do my worship and chanting and go to office. On Sunday, let's relax a little bit. Sun God cannot do this job. Whether it's Sunday, Monday, weekend, January 1st, Thanksgiving, or Christmas, whatever you can think of, it doesn't take a day off. If it takes a day off and comes late to work, you know what? Layoff will happen. He'll be fired from his job. That's what will happen. You'll be fired. Therefore, out of fear of their positions, fear of their duty, fear of Krishna, the wind blows and the sun raises. The Agni Devata of fear, it does its job. The Indra out of fear, it does its job. Not only Mrityur Dhavati Panchama iti. Even the Mrityu Devata. What about other things? Even the death personification, the Yama, he also does his job out of fear of Krishna. Therefore, everyone does their job out of fear for Krishna. Even the Devatas are fearful of Krishna, but I am not fearful. This is the beauty of this one. But I am not fearful of any of this thing because Swami Nanu Śrīdhara. That is second. Now mind is our third line. Now mind is asking, what should I do now? I understand that Śrīdhara is much more powerful than my own karma. He can take care of it one. So from my side, what should I do? What needs to be done from my side? Then the third line is Alasyam Vyapaniya Bhakti Sulavam Dhyayasya Narayanam. Now Āڵvār is telling a very important message and instruction, strong instruction to our mind. What it says, Alasyam Vyapaniya, remove, cast away, throw away, get rid of Alasyam. What does Alasyam means? Prabhu, I still have time to do this, Prabhu. Tomorrow I will start chanting from tomorrow onwards. After 50, after 60, I will get more serious. I'll get initiated. I'll become more serious. I'm still young. I'm still this. I'm still that. I will do little procrastinating. You're pushing things off what needs to be done today to tomorrow. As we said earlier, anything that is good needs to be done. It has to be done when? Tomorrow? No, today. For example, suddenly sometime people say out of enthusiastic mood, they will say, I will give so much to the temple. I will do that to the temple. But then if you say something, do it right away, immediately. What happens is that tomorrow you won't have the same mindset. Tomorrow logic will come into the play. Hey, yesterday I told I'll give $10,000. Now I'm thinking, everyone said I'll give. I also raised my hand and I also told off. Now the problem is, tomorrow you're thinking, later after 1 week, come back home. When you're driving back home, only after fundraising program, the mind would be thinking, oh my God, maybe I should have just told, instead of 10, I should have just told 5. Or maybe I should have taken the installment. Whatever, the mind starts playing games now. Therefore, Alasyam is laziness, also leads to procrastinating things, pushing things off. Therefore, Āڵvār is telling that Alasyam Vyapaniya, remove this greatest enemy called laziness. If you're lazy, we cannot progress in Krishna consciousness. This is a simple principle for practicing devotees. There's a very important principle. If we become lazy, we lost Krishna. Yes, we lost Krishna because Krishna doesn't like lazy people. And laziness just comes by taking things granted. Just, I want to relax. I don't want to do. Sometimes devotees do all those things. We get tired. We want to take some time off. This is all good. But then lazy become their own habit. That is danger for us. That shouldn't be the case. So, Alasyam Vyapaniya, get rid of this laziness. Why? Because you should know that bhakti is sulabham. Bhakti is very easy and accessible. Prabhuji, that's how you all start telling initially. This is another problem. If you say bhakti is sulabham, bhakti is easy and accessible, then that's what next question is coming. That's what I thought and joined. But then after joining, you people started telling, don't eat that one, don't do that one, don't go there, don't watch this one, be only with the devotees, do all these things. I know how you tell. This is all marketing business of get to that stage. After you get, those things happen naturally, not out of force. But to start bhakti is sulabham, it's easy. Therefore, everyone and anyone can take up bhakti because it is sulabham. Dhyayasya, bhakti is sulabham. We can meditate, dhyanam, dhyayasya. We can meditate. We can meditate upon Narayana. Meditate upon Narayana. There's a reason why is used Narayana Shabdam here, but we'll see that one. Alasya sulabham. In Mahabharata, there is a short story where Yudhishthira Maharaj and Bhishma are having conversation in the bed of arrows. Bhishma Dev is sleeping, and then Bhishma Dev is telling an instruction to Yudhishthira Maharaj, a small short story in a pond. This is a different pond, not the pond Harisera, not that pond. A small pond. In the pond, in a big pond, there were a group of fishes living there. There are fishes were, and then one fish was older fish. It noticed some symptoms of some people walking around, and he saw something over there, and he came and they had a ishtagoshti. They had a group meeting, and they said, "Hey, I think there is some danger is waiting for us. I think there were some fishermen going on that side. I saw that they're carrying the net and going. I think this place is not a safe place. We got to leave immediately." This is one fish said, who's been living there for ages. It knows the life, it knows everything. So therefore, it knows how the things are. It said, let's leave immediately. And when we give some advices, there are other group of people will be there. They will tell why that, why not this, right? Then another group of fish is said, listen, you always start imagining too much. Don't imagine too much. Nothing will happen to us. Nothing will happen to us. We are happy. We've been here for many years. Life will go nicely. So he said, no, don't think so. It's not good. Let's go immediately. None of them are listening. So this fish said, okay, I'm going to leave. Somehow or the other, this fish found a way to get rid of this pond and get into the ocean or somewhere. It went off. And the next day morning, that some of the fish, as they were coming near to the shore, they saw the fishermen coming in the distance, and immediately that fish went and called for another satsang meeting. Another meeting. It's not whatever the meeting, Mr. Goshti. Hey, I saw the fishermen are coming. Let's get rid of. Let's go out of here. That fish which said is true actually. So let's move away from this place. And another group again said, he's there. It's going to take time for him. He'll not come here. He'll go to that place, this place, and finally he'll come after 2-3 days. Don't worry. So we are still safe. We can leave here for another 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. They're just passing people. And these group of people who saw evidence that fishermen are coming, they also escaped. And then fishermen came. He put the net and then caught out of the rest of the fishes. So therefore, Bhishma Dev is saying, do not delay in doing the things. Be wise. Take action. Move fast. Don't wait for the situation to happen in your life and then sit and cry. Don't do that one. Alasyam is the biggest enemy of any progression in our life. We should not become alasyam. Therefore, especially when it's come to bhakti, don't become lazy because you never know what's going to happen. We never know what's going to happen. Therefore, be active. Dhyayasya Narayanam. Dhyayasya Narayanam. Why Narayana? Narayana is because he is pervaded everywhere. Narayana is situated in every place. Therefore, worship, meditate upon Narayana. What Krishna says, the only way that Krishna get attracted to everyone is bhakti. Why? Because bhakti is sulabham. Bhaktya tu ananya sakyaha yahameva vidhorjina jnatum drashtum cha tatvena pravishtam cha parantapa. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, at the last but not the last one before that sloka, 54 or 50, yeah, sloka, where 55 sloka, where he says that bhaktya tu ananya sakyaha. It is only through bhakti that I will be captivated. I will be able to captivate it. Therefore, bhaktyam sulabham, bhakti sulabham. Alasya vyapaniya bhakti sulabham dhyayasya narayanam. The last line, lokasya vesana apanadhana apa लोकस्य व्यसन अपनोदन करो दास्यस्य किं न क्षमः. Lokasya, of the world, vyasana apanodana karo. Vyasana means sorrow. Vyasana means sorrow, being depressed and distressed, and vyasanam. See, apodana karaha means he will remove all the sorrows that we have. The mind is telling us this problem, that problem. He will remove all the worries of the people who are living in this world. This is an important point. What Kulasekhara is saying, lokasya vyasana apanodhana karaha means in this world, all the mankind, the sorrows that they have will be removed. Then, dasasya kimna kshamaha. Dasasya kimna kshamaha means, then what is the question of people like us who are surrendered to Krishna? Why not? He will remove the sorrows for us. Definitely he will do it. When he can do for others, why not for us? He is remover of the worldly sorrows, the people's sorrows in this world, and what is he is not capable of doing for his devotees. This is a beautiful hope-giving line of this particular sloka. What he is not capable of doing for his devotees, he can do everything for his devotees. All we have to do is take an eyeliner. With respect to you're a woman in a woman body or a men body, there's a specific eyeliner, kajal, right? Eyeliner. You can go to the, right after this class, go to the mall or some beauty shop, whatever, you ask for a liner, black color thing, eyeliner. All the men should also do this one. All the children, whether boys or girls, also should do this one. Go and find the liner and get the liner. And now you come in front of the mirror and apply that liner into your eyes. And that's what Krishna is saying here. All I need is your eyes should be eyeliner. The kajal has to be applied on your eyes. When you do that one, then I love that. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochana santa sadhaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. In Brahma Sametam, it is said that Premanjanam, Anjanam is the eyeliner. Allow a bhakti as eyeliner apply into your eyes. With that eyeliner, you will be able to see Shama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. With that, you will be able to see me, see Krishna, Śrīdhara, Sri Hari, Sri Madhava, Mukunda, Narayana. Therefore, you apply that bhakti. It's only through the bhakti that one can see me, able to understand me. Notu chivarkum puhindra ammanai matramum tararo vasa tiravadar natra turai mudi Narayanan. Andal and Tirupavai, she says, matram tararo vasa tiravadar natra turai mudi Narayanan. What she says is if you remember what we did last year, Andal with her other friends, she's standing in front of one of the gopikas, one of the gopis, one of the cowherd girls was still sleeping inside the house. Doors are closed and she is standing outside and telling, come on, open the door. Let's go to Yamuna Nadi and take bath and we have to do everything. Get ready. It's getting late. And that girl inside the door, she doesn't want to come out. She said, no, I'm really tired. I cannot come out. But then Andal understood that this girl doesn't want to come because she's already with Krishna inside on the bed. And therefore, she doesn't want to come out. How do you know that Krishna is present here? How do you know that he is present here? He says, Natar Turai Mudi Narayan, because I can smell the Tulasi garland. Tulasi smell, you cannot control it, right? It just spreads all over the homes if you have the Tulasi plant. Therefore, he said, I can smell the Tulasi Mala. I can smell the Tulasi Mala. And the girl from inside, she is telling, well, yes, Krishna came 4 days back, but he's not now present here. This is the smell, the fragrance, because 4 days back he came, then he never returned back to me. He is gone out. He is not here. But then Andal is saying, no, you're hiding something. I am sure he is there. No, I've closed the door. It's been locked. When she said this one, it's been locked, it's closed, he cannot come inside. At that time, Andal said, what are you talking about? He can come even if the doors are locked. He can enter anywhere. Why? Because he is Narayana. That word is very important. That name is very important. Narayana. Because he is inside every Nara. And what to speak about your house? Therefore, Natathurai Mudi Narayana means he can be anywhere and everywhere. Closing the door is not going to be an option. I am sure he is present within your house. Open the door. Open. This is what has been said in Tiruppavi. Therefore, here also, Dhayasya Narayanam. Remember and meditate Narayana, because when you meditate on Narayana, Lokasya Vyasanam Apanodhana Karaha, then he will remove all the sorrows. When he can remove all the sorrows of the worldly people of this world, Dasyasya Kimnakshamaha, why can't he remove the sorrows of the devotees? What problem he has? Therefore, foolish mind, stop fearing of getting afraid of what's going to happen to you when you die and when you go to the Yamapatana, that you'll be tormented and so forth. Remember that your karma has no effect in front of Śrīdhara, because Śrīdhara is the biggest enemy of all your karmas, and karmas cannot stand in front of Śrīdhara. He can remove all the Śrīdhara. Why? Because he, Śrīdhara, the husband of Sri, therefore by the mercy and the grace of Sri, we will get mercy of Krishna. By the mercy of Krishna, all our sorrows and karmas will go away. Don't become lazy, become active, just become serious right now. Do not push it to tomorrow or January 1st or when your birthday comes. Become serious today, now, at this very moment. Get rid of this lazy habit and wake up and walk and become a wonderful devotee. And by meditating Narayana, Krishna, Narayana, Śrīdhara, Mukunda, Hari, Keshava, he will remove all our sorrows. When he can do this for the worldly people, why can't he do it for us? Mabir Mandamano Vichinte Bahuda Yamis Shiram Yatana Navinha Prabhavanti Papa Ripava Swami Nanu Śrīdharaha Ālasyam Vyapaniya Bhakti Sulaham Dhyayasya Narayanam Lokasya Vyasana Apanodhana Karo Dasyasya Kimna Kshamaha. After telling this one, now the mind is asking, what should I do? Because I'm already in this samsara, in the ocean of samsara, biggest ocean called material existence. I am already in this ocean. If I am in that ocean, how I am going to cross over this ocean? And Kulasekhara is saying, do not worry, I'll give you a special boat. With this boat, you will be able to cross over this ocean. Bhavajalati gatanam dvando vadahatanam shuta dhugrta kalatra trana bharataritanam vishama vishya toye majjata aplavanam bhavatu sharam yeko Vishnu pota naranam. Vishnu potho naranam. Where I'll give you a special boat. With this boat, you will be able to cross over this material existence. Āڵvār Tiruvadigalē Sharanam. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.